And we say Sitaram to your listeners on Radio Jaagriti, 102.7 FM, our viewers on TV Jaagriti. Hey, those of you joining us home here in Trinidad and Tobago, regionally, internationally as well. Welcome to a special edition of Conversations right here on your number one radio and TV Jaagriti. Of course, at this time, you're accustomed to the program Straight Talk with our CEO, Mr. Lokesh Maharaj. But as we promised you last week, as we promised you on a Monday, when we had no program, we have a special guest with us in the studio, and we're having a special edition of the program, Straight Talk. Of course, we've got with us Professor Peter Baofu with us in studio. Sitaram, and welcome to Radio and TV Jaagriti.
Thank you.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about Peter Baofu.
Well, I am an American author and visionary. I have written more than 160 books in all fields of knowledge, in the social sciences, in the humanities, in the formal sciences, and in the humanities. And I try to propose more than 128 different new theories and visions about the human future in relation to the mind, nature, culture, and society. Ultimately, for some unified theories of everything, not just one, but several of them. And I have been in more than 100 different countries around the world. And I do that intentionally in order to understand humanity on the ground, not just by reading a documentary or watching a film and all that.
So we're privileged and happy that you're sharing some time with us, that we can talk about anything. Right? 126 new theories. I've always had this saying or thought repeated to me, and it's there. You know, science has taught man to go to the moon. Science has taught man to swim like fishes. Science has taught man to fly like birds. But science has not yet taught man how to be a better man. Is that true?
That can be true, but that's not relevant. You asked the wrong question. It's not the business of science to make you into a better man. Science is not about ethics. You should ask this kind of question to someone who is a moralist or ideologue.
So what makes us a better man?
A scientist only asks the question, let's say something is true, something is false, or something that they do not know. If you ask them, is that true? They say, yes, it's true, or no, that's not true. They say, oh, this question, I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't have sufficient evidences. That's the best that they can do. They can prove something or do not prove something, and they may say, well, this one I did not prove it, but maybe I proved that maybe only 25%. But the other sides, I don't have sufficient, or I don't have sufficient knowledge now to answer that. So that's why science always comes with some new theories. Before that, we have, for example, in physics, you have Newton mechanics. And then later on, you have the theory of relativity and then quantum mechanics. And now we know that none of them is complete. We need something more. That's why they're working on the unified theory of everything in physics. But they also encounter a lot of different problems. So you see that it's the same. But science does not tell you how to become a good man. Then you have to go to religion, ideology, ethics, jurisprudence, politics, and they will give you tons of answers. Then, of course, those are ideologies. And each of them will try to impress you and try to be on their side. And that's why people have been killing each other in the name of whatever that is. In the
name of religion, in the name of politics.
In the oldest day, always in the name of God. In the Middle Ages, in the name of God. And nowadays, in the name of democracy, human rights.
Everything else.
Yes, whatever, you see that it's the same. And then people will kill each other, bomb the hell out of each other with great satisfaction in the name of that. In the older days, people were so fanatic in terms of killing, burning, people, and they were so happy to do that. Nowadays, people bomb other countries into hell in the name of fighting for human rights, democracy, capitalism, whatever you name it.
Professor, we're quickly out of time. It certainly was a pleasure having you here. And as you can tell, listeners and viewers, there's so much that we can talk about and certainly keep going on and on and on. I've got an extensive list here that I can just pull any topic from and Professor would be able to elaborate on it. But once again, thank you very much for joining us and sharing this hour with us here on Radio and TV Jaagriti.
Okay, thank you very much
Most
for the
welcome.
invitation.
So here's where we wrap up this special edition of the program, Conversations, right here on your number one Radio and TV Jaagriti. News at 5 is up next.